All right, what's up, gang? What's up? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I go by Zombie. I'm very passionate about spirituality, specifically astrology, and one of my main goals of this channel is just to be able to show people how self-improvement and spirituality really do go hand in hand. And so if you're interested in any of that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And without further ado, let's hop right in. So I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description. If you click that, it'll take you to a site, and there you can enter your personal information in, and it'll create your birth chart for you. And from there you can start your own little journey of self-discovery. But as for this little short series I'm doing right now, I'm just going to be talking about the houses, right, in astrology essentially, and what that kind of means, and a little bit of insight as to or into how it affects you personally within your birth chart. But let's hop right in. So in astrology, the fourth house is known as the house of the home, right? House of family. If you when you think fourth house, think Cancer energy. Right, Cancers are ruled by the moon. The sign Cancer is associated with the fourth house. So when you think fourth house, think Cancer energy. Think, very, very reserved, very homebody like people. You think Cancers generally, right? Most of the time, of course, everyone can be different in their own ways, but generally very homebody type people. Very family oriented, right? They'll do most things for their family before they do it for themselves in a lot of cases, and so when you think about the fourth house in astrology, the main keyword, in my opinion, is the home, right? And the family. Of course, your emotions and your ancestry, they play a little bit of role into your fourth house place, or your fourth house placement can give you, insight into those things as well. But again, mainly, definitely the home and your family life. So the sign occupying the fourth house reveals your energetic disposition towards your family, and any planets you have there can kind of tell you the parts of your personality, that are stimulated by the fourth house. So just to put that into perspective, right? Let's just say you had Aries in the fourth house, right? So Aries being a fire sign, very assertive, right? Very, very domineering, can be very aggressive at times. And so what that would look like within the fourth house, basically when you're in this fourth house setting, because a lot of the not a lot of the times, but a good way to look at the relationship between houses and the signs and placements and things of that nature is kind of like different settings, right, in life, right? If life was a theater and the planets were actors and the signs were just costumes that the actors were wearing in different costumes, and then the houses, you could look at them as like different sets or different settings, right, within the theater. And so not to get too within the play, so not to get too confusing with all the metaphorical shit. Basically, I say that to say that it's kind of just an area of life where you see where this energy manifests, right, where it's kind of triggered within you, so to speak. So even though you might have Aries in the fourth house, and you might not and of course you probably don't have that anywhere else. It might be in your third or your fifth. There's an interception or some shit like that we'll get into in later videos. But if you have Aries in the fourth house, then basically when you're within your home, within that family setting, that's when that Aries energy is going to be more or less brought out of you. And you see that there, definitely before you see it anywhere else in life. And so it's kind of like, a way you can monitor yourself and learn to regulate your own emotions, like understanding, okay, when I'm at home, I'm more prone to feel this way or react this way to certain things. And so, like I was saying with the Aries thing, you might be more impulsive when it comes to dealing with family. You might get, you might be more short tempered when it comes to that. On the negative side, of course, on the positive side, you might be a natural leader within the family. And, you might not have a problem with picking up a lot of the burden and responsibilities for everyone. And it could go either way. Just depends on how mature you are as a person. Again, let's just say you had Cancer in the fourth house. Like I said, Cancer is a sign that naturally rules the fourth house. So if you had Cancer in the fourth house, you'd probably be a very nurturing person when it comes when it comes to like dealing with your family, family members. Going out, when you become older, and of course, you start your own family if you have plans to do that, whether you have plans or not, right? You might start your own family, and having Cancer in the fourth house would make you a very nurturing, very caring parent, right? You naturally probably be able to empathize and relate to your kids very well and make them feel, understood, which is always very, very important. And just to go to the planet part of the explanation of what I was saying, like let's just say you had Mercury in the fourth house, right? Mercury deals with communication, right? Your mental faculties, right? How you process information, right? So with Mercury there, you might learn more when you're at home, right? You might learn from your family members. They might learn from you, right? On the flip side, they might learn more from you, right? You could, with Mercury in the fourth house, you might process information better just at home, maybe not necessarily when you're alone, and it could just be a alone period. But when you're dealing with the fourth house, you basically want to more so keep it, on like a home level and a family and dealing with your family type of level, not necessarily just like alone in general period. But yeah, so that was Mercury. Let's see if I could give you a better example. Of course, the moon rules Cancer, right? It's a sign that rules the fourth house. So if you have the moon in the fourth house, again, similar to having Cancer there, you'd be probably a very nurturing person, like overall, but most definitely when it comes to dealing with, your family members, right? You could be very interested in your heritage, your roots, learning more about your people, right, on a cultural level, or just like your family tree. Again, your ancestry in the past, those things have a lot to do with the fourth house as well. So correlation wise, like I said, you have the family, the home, ancestors, roots, things of that nature. Your emotional disposition, because when you think about the moon kind of, well, not kind of, like the moon definitely governs how you deal with your emotions, right? As a person, your moon, the sign that your moon is in, excuse me, and kind of give you an idea of how you react to your emotions. But that was the fourth house. Again, if you found this informative at all, go ahead and subscribe for me, hit that like button, and until next time, I am out. Peace.